back, my friends. As always, it's me, Emperor AP, and exciting news. This stream, we are doing something that I don't believe any micronation that I've seen has ever done before. We are preparing and renovating the first residence which a citizen will be able to come and live on our territories. Now, we do have quite a bit of work to do here before it is ready for that citizen, but they are expected to come and live here as of May. If we can get everything done in time, their timeline is to move in May, so that's what we are preparing for. One of our most recent citizens, David Morris, one of our government officials, he is the right of Talon, the person in our government over this territory, Talon and Vine Farm, will be moving to Talon and Vine Farm, hopefully in May. So this is an incredible opportunity for us, something that, again, I think is unprecedented in micronational history, and a way that we are moving forward with recognition and with building our community locally. So that being the case, it's great to see you, Empire of Aeternia, great to see you, Arthur. Thank you both for being here. What I'm going to be doing right now is cleaning this little janky bathroom. So we have this little small bathroom here. What I'm going to be doing first today is cleaning it. As you can see, the bathroom is atrocious. You can see clean it. Although what I'm going to actually do is go through and scrub everything, scrub the floors, scrub the tiles, change out this rusted light fixture here, do what I can to prepare this so that this bathroom is as developed as possible, as clean and as nice as possible, so that it's comfortable enough for him to move into. And again, it's just this bathroom to start. The next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the room behind us here. This is the back bedroom. There are 2 bedrooms in this house. This is a 2-bedroom, currently 1-bath house. Eventually, we'd like to renovate it into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house, because there is a weird second kitchen here. So this is one kitchen that's like a canning kitchen for the people who lived here previously that we'd like to turn into the 2nd bathroom. So here's the 2nd bedroom. And then here is the main kitchen. Right here, I can show you guys. So this will stay the main kitchen. This kitchen that's across that I just showed you a moment ago will get renovated, hopefully into a 2nd bathroom. And then there's this very long master bedroom right here that we won't be getting to anytime super soon, but will be developed over the course of the next few months. So what we're doing is we're starting in the back of the house, the place that's going to be easiest to start working with, and then we're going to kind of shift all that's in here from the places that are dirty and need to be renovated into the places that are clean and that we've already worked on. So that is our plan currently. Right now, I'm going to tackle this bathroom. So by the end of this stream, we should see this bathroom cleaned and fixed up, at least to a decent standard. We'll keep going as we get closer to May and keep doing little upgrades and add-ons and buying new equipment to install there, make it more modern. And then, of course, we will be going and cleaning up, pulling all of the stuff out of this bedroom. So today we're going to be disassembling this bed, pulling it out. There's a chest here that we'll be pulling out as well. So there's a number of things to work on here. But thank you guys so much for being a part of the stream. Make sure to let me know if you can hear me, if my audio is doing well, if the visuals are doing well, if we're having any big lag. And if you guys enjoy the stream, please like it for me. That helps to get more people into the stream to see this moment in our history. Onyx brought up a great question. Said, hey, just saying something, the video resolution quality seems to be really low, probably just camera issues. I agree. This house, let me double check. Yeah, we're on my 5G internet. We are out here in a rural area, and we're inside of an old house as well, so I'm sure that's contributing to a lot of the issues. Miriam, thank you so much. My apologies. I've messed that up a few times. I'm so used to the screen names that I don't always remember people's names, but my apologies. Thank you so much for being here and supporting, regardless of the stream issues and regardless of me mispronouncing your name. Thank you so much, Miriam, for being here. Thank you so much, Arthur, for being here as well. It's good to see you. Again, dealing with some trouble. Hopefully soon we can get better Wi-Fi around here to be able to improve the streams. But for right now, we're roughing it, trying to do what we can. So that's the idea. Again, hello, Arthur. Great to see you. So without further ado, I want to get into the main bulk of the content and just start cleaning. Let's see how far we can get through. Also, some news for you guys who are in the stream who haven't, who are going to get a little bit of a sneak peek to this and a few other things. Tomorrow, we are going to be going out, as I believe is predicted right now, with myself, Tiff, Joey, who is the vanguard of Vitae, the protector and developer of our capital territory, Vitae, and the right of Talon, David Morris, to be able to develop Vitae. So tomorrow will be Vitae development, while today is Talon and Vine development. So that'll be another big thing that's exciting. We probably won't be doing too much with the with live streaming out of Vitae tomorrow, as we'll have limited time and we'll really want to use our efforts well. But we will be filming some and getting some content of everybody all together, working to develop our capital territory and clear it out from the summer when we've had very limited time to get out there and work. So that being the case, we are moving forward. All right, so because this house currently doesn't have the water turned on, and there's a good reason for that, some of the piping here, as you can maybe see, is broken off. Let me see if I can point it out. Right there, that little piece of pipe should connect to some other stuff that was where a washing machine was. And when we tried to remove the washing machine, we actually, corroded pipes, the old dry rotted pipes. So we're going to need to replace some of those pipes in the future before David moves in. But that's right now. We are using the handy dandy bucket of water and some paper towels just to clean off these counters, these surfaces, the bathtub, and try to get some more done. Okay, so starting with our paper towel, let's get into it. I'm gonna try and move you guys around. Just let me know if there's a preferred angle, if there's something that would look a little bit better for you guys. But I'm just going to start you off right here. I will be, unfortunately, facing away from the camera. So if there's something that I can do for anybody, if there's something that needs to be discussed or that maybe you guys can't see too well, please let me know, and I will make adjustments as needed. But for now, I'm just going in, cleaning off this gross countertop again. I was able to show you guys a little bit of what it looked like with all this dirt and debris on it. So hopefully once I clean it up, it'll look a little bit nicer, and we can move forward with that. How's everybody doing today? How are your micronations developing? How are your lives personally? I know everybody's going through different stuff at different times, and even us, as we're sitting out here working, we have ups and downs, goods and bads, and so being able to persevere through that and come together as a community really helps to boost our spirits. And I hope that it helps you guys as well to know that we're right here with you, and we're proud of you, and we are trying to root you on as you develop whatever it is that your goals are in your lives. Goodness. So what I'm trying to do right now, like I said, is just clear out all this gunk. I think this paper towel has just about had it. I'm just rubbing gross brown water all over the sink at this point. So I'm going to change out my paper towel in just a moment. But already we are making some decent headway right here. I mean, lots of cobwebs. If you're squeamish to bugs and things like that, it had, little mouse droppings and stuff here. Very, very unsanitary environment. I'm going to have to go through and really aggressively wash my hands after this, but it's great to see you guys. Okay, so going after another paper towel here, getting it wet, wringing it out. Oh, dang, I dropped it. That's not good. Okay, here we go. And we're going back at it. Now these countertops really requiring some elbow grease. to get through and kind of clean. But where there's a will, there's a way, and we're moving forward. Again, thank you guys for being here. I know the visual quality probably isn't great. I imagine there's some lagginess going on. But the more that you guys stay in the stream, the more it helps us to develop and to get increased watch time hours, potentially more subscribers as well. So I appreciate y'all being here as much as you can be. Okay. So now I'm trying to get behind the sink, or rather behind the faucet, try and clean that bit up. Ugh, super gross. And then in the sink just a little bit, see what I can do in there. And on the sides. Okay, I'm just shredding my paper towel at this point, so not doing too much good anymore. Gonna get a new one. Let me see if I can't respond to a couple people. Hey, Arthur said hi. Albanian said goodbye, everyone. Good to see you, Albanian. Thanks for being here. Miriam, excuse me, said just woke up from a nap. Great to see you, Miriam. I'm glad you woke up to a nap. A good time for us to be doing our live stream. Albanian says might join the next live, but not this one. Understand. Hope you're doing well. And thanks for stopping by. Miriam said my micronation just had an election for its chancellor. A guy from another micronation, Ruritania, allied micronation, is our first Ruritanian chancellor. That's incredible. It's cool that the dual citizenship is providing cultural opportunities there. Miriam says, I think Takaya is doing well. And they said, also, my mom so far seems to be winning the battle against cancer. That's incredible, Miriam. Congratulations. I know having a family member who is dealing with cancer can be very rough. I know there are a lot more serious cancers than this, but my father, who's 80 years old now, a couple years back had a scare with skin cancer, with melanoma. And so that's something that's very worrying, you know, especially at his age. We didn't know if it would spread or develop into more serious, you know, other cancers. Fortunately, they were able to remove the cancer. It hasn't come back so far, so we're very thankful and excited that he is able to have a new lease on life because of that and try and maintain his health for as long as possible. So I wish the best to your mother, and I am so excited that she is kicking cancer's ass. Cancer sucks. So I am so glad that she is winning that fight. It sounds like she is a very strong woman and someone who makes your family very proud. I'm glad to hear that. James says, this is the most informal outfit I've ever seen AP wear. That's true. Well, we're cleaning up today. Even when I'm, you know, messing with dirt and digging and things, I'm still wearing our imperial outfit to try to give some kind of name recognition, some kind of visual cues as to who I am and what I'm doing. But today, you know, no point in disrespecting the uniform with rat feces. So I'm going to go ahead and wear a little less formal an outfit. But that being the case, continuing to clean up. Miriam says, good afternoon, James. James, thank you again for being here. If you guys don't know, James is the Empire of Aeternia's pact bearer. He is in the role of being a noble in the house of others. So he is somebody who reaches out to other micronations. He reaches out to our citizens and tries to keep our pacts and our promises with all of those within the Empire's sphere of influence and trying to grow that sphere of influence, trying to connect to others, make friends, and build what it is that we can for improving the world. So thank you so much for being here, James. And again, if any of you are interested in developing relations with the Empire of Aeternia, if you all are wanting to know more about the Empire, James is a great well of information. He has a ton of understanding of exactly what the empire is and how it's developing. Miriam says, oh, my mom is in her 50s with, I believe, cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is scary. That can, I don't know much. I'm not a doctor. To my understanding, that can require some pretty severe surgeries, removing reproductive organs, things like that. Not to get too much into different things, but one of Tiffany's family members went through breast cancer a few years ago as well. In fact, a couple years ago. And had to have a mastectomy. So that's quite concerning. It can be a big transition, life change for people. Fortunately, she is also doing well. She went into remission and is improving. So I wish your mother the best. Miriam says, this is my mom's third rodeo with cancer and the only time my mom has had stage 4 cancer. Wow, that is a lot. It sounds like it is coming back, but it is incredible that she has continued that fight for so long and is continuing that fight. It sounds like she has no intention of giving up, and I'm incredibly glad to see that. As well, just a testament to how much medical science has improved, being able to continue that fight with her and provide her all the resources she needs to grow and live on through that. James says, I'll pray for your mother. Absolutely. We will keep her in our thoughts. Miriam says, she's probably one of the strongest women I know. Absolutely. And so that's cool. So far, we haven't had to get to the point of surgery. That's wonderful. Miriam says, we have just done chemo and radiation. Yeah, absolutely. I, again, have never had that experience personally. I have heard those things are incredibly tough, can make you feel very bad. So she is truly a warrior pushing through that. Miriam says she also has a few weeks. She still has a few weeks of radiation and chemo. That's great, though. It sounds like there is a path and a track that her doctors may be working on to get her off of those eventually, to see how that's going. So that's incredible. It sounds like there's forward progress, and I wish her luck. DKV says, I'm a former micronation. Very cool. What makes you a former micronation, DKV? And if you're still interested in micronationalism, are you interested in developing a citizenship in another micronation? A lot of talented micronationalists will develop micronations, leave micronationalism when they have so much opportunity to provide to other nations, so much talent to give. So it's always good to see micronationalists, even if they don't continue with their own nation, being able to contribute to others. Miriam says, good morning, afternoon, or evening. Very cool that you're trying to include their time zone in your greetings, Miriam. I'm sure that means a lot. And it's crazy, too, to be able to see that our community is connected across so many different spaces, so many different regions like that. It's impressive. We have connected with micronations all over the world. And I am personally very fortunate to have had the opportunity to learn from so many people like that and to see our community, especially our Discord and our YouTube communities, grow to that scale where we do have the opportunity to learn from so many different cultures. But for the moment, I am going to shut up and try to clean. I'm pretty much, I say I'm done with the sink. I'm not done with it, but I am getting to, I think, a decent stopping point with the sink. It's certainly looking a lot better. Eventually, I'll have to come through and actually sanitize it with like a Clorox wipe, maybe some Lysol, spray it and clean it up. I'm sure for the tile, I'll go through with like some grout cleaner and continue to develop like that. But for the moment, this is looking quite a bit better. If I had some before and after pictures, it would look, I think, decently impressive. What I'm trying to do right now is in part documenting this experience with you all so that there is some testimony, some evidence as to what we've been able to achieve here. Again, this is very minor, but with David planning to move in May, we are aiming to make sure that by the end of this year, December timeframe, we have most of this cleaned and prepared and all of the furniture moved out, most, if not all of the renovations done, So that way, as we get through next year, anything that we missed, any issues that happen, any delays that occur can be dealt with without us, pushing into a time frame that makes him unable to move in. So, or that causes him undue stress or worry about his living situation. So, we're doing this, trying to get a good jump start on it, make sure we do our due diligence in preparing that for him, and trying to prevent and maintain our schedule despite inevitable difficulties. So, gotten it a decent amount cleaner. I'm not sure if you got more clean. Not sure if you guys can see this, but there's less going on there. There's a little bit of dirt and grime that you can see, but even here, I mean, it looks a lot nicer on camera than it is, but you can see some spots still on there. Obviously, these handles, very dirty. Obviously, these sink, these soap holders and stuff, very dirty. So I'm going to scrub this down maybe one more time, see how far we can get with that. Then I'll probably work on some of this backsplash and this tile. From there, I'll pull this down and start getting that just bare bones. Excuse me, guys, I'm screaming right into the mic. And then from there, hitting into the shower. Oh, wow. First off, thank you so much, Lady Elizabeth of Beatus Crafts, for being here. That's incredible. It's great to see everybody coming in and supporting us. Again, this is history for us. So we need to thank Lady Elizabeth and all of Beatus Crafts for supporting us financially as our patrons on Patreon. They are at the Innovator tier on Patreon with us, trying to help us to make progress like this. So, we try to minimize the amount we have to spend on renovating places like this, on doing projects like this. But because of people like the citizens of Beatus Crafts, and especially their leadership in Lady Elizabeth, we are able to, when we absolutely have to purchase something new to clean or to renovate or to, work on another project to fix up the farm and get it more developed, that's where we're able to take some funding. We have a small budget for that, but every little bit helps. Even gas out to Vitae. Tomorrow it's going to take quite a bit of gas to fill up our car, to pick up our citizens, to drive over there, to get our equipment together. And that is made possible because of people like Lady Elizabeth. Same thing with our Garden of Nations. That being the case, let me read a couple. Lady Elizabeth says, is the ceiling tiled? It is, but it's not like it's a soft tile. It's some kind of weird ceiling tile, ceiling panels. It's not quite like it's not like a ceramic tile, if that's what you're thinking of. It is tiled, but it's a soft, I don't know exactly what type of material that is, but it's a softer tile. Maybe something similar to what you would see like in a school. Let's see. DKV says, I was once Melinga, then I changed my name to Argalia, but quit in late 2024. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that things changed, but it sounds like you may be moving on to bigger and better things. So congratulations. I'm excited to see where you go from here. Miriam says, looks like it's tiled. Also nice profile picture. Oh yeah, very cool. With their cat, absolutely adorable on the Beatus Crafts flag. Very solid. DBK says, my flag was similar to Senegal. I was once, makes sense. Very cool. I like seeing everybody's culture through their flags. Miriam says, the faucet looks like a faucet at my parents' house. Very cool. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's a little bit of an older one here, but it is certainly nice. Especially, I will say, this cleaned up pretty nice. I mean, just now, kind of working it just a little bit. It is a lot of the grime and the gunk is coming off better than I thought it would. So it is cleaning up nice. Your parents may have invested well in their faucets. If it's any indication, you know, I think this house was, you know, really last lived in maybe the 90s, something like that. So these faucets, stuff like this, maybe from the 80s or earlier, and they're lasting, they're holding up. So your parents probably made a wise investment if their faucets are similar to these. So I'm just trying to scrape and clean at this as much as I can. Again, we'll have to continue doing renovations and cleaning slowly but surely over time. However, the more that we can show progress, I think the more that it'll be inspiring to David to show him, hey, we are committed to having you out here and to helping you to feel at home at this place. And on top of that, we are also gearing up to be able to start clearing out more of these other rooms. When we walked through earlier, I'm sure you could see there is a lot of junk in the way. And so being able to get one room, quote unquote, done, one room that is nice enough to be called relatively fixed up for the meantime, means that we don't have to worry about it. You know, if there was an emergency situation where all of a sudden David needed to move in and we didn't have everything quite as pristine as we would like it, to the high level that we would like to renovate, this is usable, it's functional. Now we need to clean, but once we clean, this is a functional bathroom. Everything works in here, save for us needing to turn the water back on once we can get the other pipes fixed. But that being the case, if we could get every room cleaned up and functional like this one in an emergency situation, this is the bare minimum that we could do to have David actually come and move in. So I think this would ease tensions a lot and maybe make David feel more confident about being able to move out here and just showing, hey, still about 8 months till you move in, but this place is starting to shape up, even if it's just a little bit at a time, one room at a time. There is progress being made and things happening toward your best interest. So that's how we start. That's how we make things happen. One foot in front of the other, one day at a time. Okay. So now I'm trying to get some of this backsplash, some of this tile here. Trying to get a little bit more in these soap holders, these toothbrush holders, things like that, these little porcelain pieces. They're ceramic pieces, I guess. And again, eventually, in fact, probably later today, I'll go ahead and take these little curtain decorations down in preparation to fix that up. Ooh, actually, you can see in there, let me lift this up. Yeah, there's a bunch of gross dead bugs, hornets, little gross napkins, cups, paper cups back there. So that'll be a whole project on its own that I'll get to in a few minutes. But making some more sincere progress here, which is helpful. Let's see. Miriam says, I remember being my bathroom's faucet broke. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. DKV says, how old are you? I am 27 years old. I am still relatively young in the full potential age of my life, but I am much older than I was when I started the Empire of Aeternia. The Empire of Aeternia started 9 years ago, was our founding. We just had our 9th founding day. That being the case, I have been doing this for a little while, and now we're finally getting to the point where we have local residents, people who are going to come out and live here. So that is absolutely, absolutely incredible. Okie doke. All right, so let me see if I can get this just a little more scrubbed up. I'm trying not to put too much attention into it, as there's going to be other stuff that we need to get to relatively quickly, but I want to make it nice. You know, when I'm seeing the details, the more that I clean, the more that I realize what I've missed. And so I really want to get it nice. I know, you know, if I was coming to move out here and live in here, which actually was going to be our first plan before we knew that we would be able to get this the full property at Talon and Vine. We thought we were just going to be moving into this residence kind of for a temporary time. And so we were going to need to be able to clean this place up and do a very similar job. So, you know, thinking about living here myself, I would want to make sure it's nice. I would want to make sure it doesn't feel gross or like things have been kind of looked over, or rather overlooked. And that people didn't put care and attention into the details. So that's what I'm doing here. I have done a lot of apartment living in my life, both through my parents as well as I got out of the house as an adult. And in both cases, it always feels really horrible when you go to a place and the people who own it aren't taking care of it, you know, have simply just done what a lot of people call like the landlord special, and just, you know, slap some paint on holes in the wall, you know, do the bare minimum cleaning job, just whatever they can to kind of hide imperfections. But when you look closely and you actually go to look at the apartment, it's rough. You can notice that there is no love, there is no care put into it. So we don't want to be those people. We want to provide the best we can for our citizens, highest quality of life. That is our goal and our effort. And so that needs to be reflected here in the first residence. Again, this grout is gross, but we're going to clean that in due time. That'll probably be another day's project to actually scrub the grout, the actual little pieces in between the tile. But for the time being, we can do quite a bit to assist that today. Let's see. All right. Great to see everybody. Miriam says, honestly, I don't even know how old he is. Not a question I'd personally ask. LOL, Bry keeps talking to me about an idea for a French toast for dinner. Hey, very cool. Miriam says, someone who's basically, I guess, living in my brain. Oh, interesting. Well, I hope you have an interesting and delicious dinner. It sounds like they may want to take on a chef role. So I certainly wish you luck if you decide to indulge that and make yourself a fine dining experience. Jai Quinn says, truly a glorious Aeternian room. Thank you so much. This will be a bathroom that one of our citizens will be using at some point. So we want to make it nice. Miriam says, also, is it just me or a lot of older products last more than newer stuff? Oh, absolutely. Planned obsolescence is the kind of name for that, the coined term for the concept that companies aren't incentivized under capitalist systems, especially modern capitalist systems, to make products that last. When you can mass produce, you know, 1 million sinks, for example, or 1 million faucets, for, you know, a few cents, maybe a couple dollars per faucet, there isn't really an incentive for you to make something that'll last someone's entire life, because then they won't want to buy another faucet from you. It's much better to skimp a little bit on those details and even plan in that, hey, in 5 years, somebody will need to replace their faucet. And so you can charge them for another one, have a repeat customer built into the model. And that's a shame. That isn't the way that we should live. We shouldn't be constantly focused on needing to get more and more money just to be able to survive and maintain our lives. And yet, that is how the system is designed for us. So it is important that we put our efforts, if you are someone who doesn't like that, into developing systems and means of living that are able to subvert that and are able to take those things that are old, repair them, and use them more functionally. To be able to say, we don't need to have mass production that is constantly building new things and new things and new things. We can, in fact, improve and focus on needing just a finite amount of resources to keep our population happy and growing, and put our manufacturing efforts toward the creation of new products, things that aren't recycled versions of the things we already have, but in fact are new and improved technologies and products altogether. That things should be upgraded rather than completely rebuilt. And that it shouldn't necessarily be about profit, but about the viability of a product for someone's long-term use and for reuse, how successful an object is at being passed down and fixed up and repaired instead of just replaced. It is certainly something that would benefit the earth in our constant quest to improve the environment, because we're actively destroying it as a species. Being able to repair the things that we've already made is a lot more energy efficient and certainly produces a lot less wasteful byproduct. Miriam, you're 100% about that. DBK says, how old is he? Miriam says, 27 is crazy. Takai is turning 4 years old in October. Hey, congratulations. DKV says, I thought he was 30. Fair enough. Not too far from it. Excited to have lived as long as I have. Proud to. Onyx says that, excuse me. Miriam says, that makes sense. Only 17 and need to learn so much still. That was when I started the Empire. At that age was when I started the Empire of Aeternia. I would say you are doing very well to learning and growing and developing. There is no need to rush it. At that age, it is perfectly fine to know that you don't know enough and to be okay with that. The fact that you accept that you don't know certain things is powerful. It means that you have a better grip on your place and your standing than a lot of people your age, and that's powerful. I would say you probably know more than you think you do, and you're positioned well to continue to learn and grow in whatever direction you feel best fits your efforts. So, again, I'm trying to just scrub at little details. The more I clean, the more I notice I missed. Now I'm trying to go toward these tiles a little bit, but then I miss a spot and I notice I missed it, so I try and go back. But we're doing pretty good, making sure that my mic is still working. So now, this is the next step in the process. I am actively trying to clean some of this grout. There's some kind of like a sticker was on here on the sink, and so there's an issue there that I'm trying to fix up. But other than that, going at cleaning up this tile. So, working at that, making some progress as we keep going. And it is a little bit warm in here. I have the air conditioning going through at the moment, but it's not quite as cool as I'd like it to be while working in this hot bathroom, so I will have to do something about that as well, get some improved circulation in here. But the tile, at least this backsplash, is getting more and more clean as we continue on. trying to, again, remove as many little spots and blemishes that I can just immediately, quickly point out, and then see how that makes this section look in comparison to the rest of the bathroom. Because I think we're doing decently. I think I'm getting impressed with the work here. It's not perfect. I'd say it's not even great, but it's decent. So I'm going to call this backsplash area right here, this little section of tile, relatively done. I'm going to call the sink relatively done. Then we'll come back and do further improvements later. But good enough for government work, as they say. For the moment, we will relax on it so that we can tackle some of the bigger, more glaring issues in the bathroom. And then over the next few days, weeks, we'll come in here and keep cleaning. One of the things I need to do as well is to sweep the bathroom floor. It is incredibly gross. I can actually point you guys down and show you. You can just see really gross. So what we're going to be doing is cleaning the rest of this tile up and then moving forward with sweeping and cleaning out the bathtub. We'll probably clean the bathtub first, actually, and then go through to sweeping and mopping the floor. So getting this tile, we're going to go around the sides of the sink, try to start cleaning right there and getting through with some of that. And then moving from there to the bathtub. Is that there are something that I... Sorry, everyone. Not sure how long that disconnection lasted, but I did notice the disconnection. So I'm glad you guys are back here with me. We are just cleaning this bathroom up. What I might do, since I'm working on this side, I'll see if I can stick you guys in the shower, although that may be worse. Let me know if the connection is worse. Let's see. Hey, Britlandian Empire, the Emperor of the Britlandian Empire joined us. Great to see you, Emperor. Miriam says, people say I have a lot of self-awareness for some reason, yet I don't believe it. That's a sign of it, I suppose. Let's see. Hey, everybody, please do subscribe. That helps a lot. Okay, let's see. Miriam says, gonna go for a bit, going to the store so I can get some bacon and bread. My family and I are having French toast and bacon for dinner tonight. Very exciting. Good to see you. Valley joined in and said hi. Great to see you, Valley. Thank you for being here. If you don't know what we're doing, we are renovating and cleaning the very first the very first residence to have the very first resident of the Talon and Vine farm territory of the Empire of Aeternia coming out here to live. So that will be our first local citizen who will be actually coming to live on one of our territories that isn't myself or my family personally. So that is a big and exciting effort. It will provide us lots of opportunity and benefit with their assistance to continue to develop at a faster pace. And so right now, if I can get this to bend down a little bit, that's what we're working on. Right now, I'm just cleaning some tiles, try and make it as nice as possible, although there are plenty of spaces where grout, some other things have just gotten stained up on the tile. So we'll have to see what we can do about that in the future. Trying to put some elbow grease in, but it's not working. I'll probably have to use a chemical means to clean it at some point. But that being the case, continuing to work, continuing to move down, trying to remove cobwebs as much as I can, trying to clean the grossest parts, make it feel a little nicer in here. trying to make sure I at least give every surface a once over, some kind of little rub down to provide some effort, show that we are making some progress here for David, our citizen who will be moving in, hopefully in May. So trying to clean this gross corner, probably hasn't been cleaned in a decade or more, maybe 2-3 decades. And just trying to get things a little more prepared for him. So now getting down a little bit lower. Excuse me, guys. I'm just stuck down in this corner, trying to clean up, trying to do what I can here. This little space is rough. I may need to get some kind of tool to actually clean down in there a little bit better in the future, but it's a decent start. Gonna get a little more water here, keep scrubbing, see what we can do. Oh, I'm flinging paper everywhere, as I do. Gonna go back here quickly and clean around the faucet one more time. I just keep seeing little bits and pieces where I want to clean up the faucet and try and improve some of the grime that's right there. I think I'm getting it pretty good. Excuse me if you're seeing my rear as I turn away from the camera. That is not intentional. I'm not trying to start an OnlyFans out here. Just trying to make some progress on this tile. Let's see. I know I'm also slamming the mic into the counter sometimes, so please forgive me on that front, guys. Trying not to bust your eardrums out. Okay. I'm also trying to scrub at this little towel holder right here. This thing's pretty old, although I guess it's like a coated plastic, so it's not rusted, which is great. Although in its design, I don't think we're going to be able to fully pull it out of the wall, or in fact, out of its holding. It's just stuck in here. So I'm going to try and do my best to actually clean it up while it's inside, while it's mounted to the wall, although I feel like there's kind of a limit to what I can do there at this moment. So, trying to pick at that, clean it up as much as possible, trying to make sure that at least things aren't dusty anymore, you know, that we're putting in enough work to kind of remove the big glaring issues, and then going back in and every time we can hit it again and again and again to make it cleaner and cleaner in here. Again, one day coming in with some grout cleaner will be pretty effective to help this situation out. But even right now with just some water, I mean, this isn't even using soap. This is just trying to get it off with some water. Has proven decently effective. Just some water and some elbow grease is helping to make these tiles shine just a little bit better than they were previously. So once we actually can get in here with some soap and some cleaning supplies, that'll be a good bit better. That being the case, working my way down now to the lower tiles. Trying to get the full wall over here as much as possible. Again, this little tiny crawl space right here, one of the harder spots to get. May have to abandon part of that job until I can come back with some better tools to get in there into the spots I can't quite reach. But we're improving for sure. I can go ahead and read a couple comments here in a moment. I just want to go ahead and tackle this one more time, try and hit it before we start moving on to something else. The walls, that's another thing that needs to get cleaned up and decobwebbed, dedusted. Dedusted isn't the word. I suppose it is just doing some dusting. I need to do some dusting. Okay. So, really trying to hit these tiles. Trying to see what can be done in here. Okay. So now I think I'm just going to kind of tackle the sink. Well, no, there's still a good bit here to kind of scrub down. I've got more work cut out for me than I think, but that's okay. Where there's a will, there's a way, as they say. And I have got all the will in the world to get our citizens happy and healthy homes. So by Jove, we're going to do it. One of the things that I feel, my late mother was quite the homemaker, somebody who was not afraid to get down and dirty to make sure that the place that her family lived was healthy and comfortable and was ever improving. And so she constantly was cleaning and working to try to make our home as nice as possible, both for us and for any guests that might come over. And so I feel that spirit really resonating with me. You know, she taught me a lot. I regret that in her life I didn't focus more on it and spend more time with her doing things like that, even at times when she had offered to teach me more. I still learned quite a bit. She ensured that I had at least the basics down and a good bit more, but right now I am trying to channel those efforts and that spirit as much as possible to get something done. Again, she would be laughing at me and making fun of me right now for not using soap and water instead of just using water, but nonetheless, this will give it some shine. Putting that elbow grease in will allow a little bit of help to make this place better. And then in the future, we can come back and hit it with the real power tools, with the real cleaning supplies, and get it sparkling and smelling better and looking better and all those things. But right now, I can just put my efforts in to scrubbing these things and getting them to shine. Let's see here. Also, thank you guys for the hearts. I appreciate that. I saw that previously. I want to come back and read some comments in a minute. I just want to make sure we make some headway before I take too many breaks. Otherwise, it'll take us 20 years to finish this. So I appreciate you guys being here and rooting me on, supporting me, helping me clean in spirit as much as you can. It means a great deal. Also, helps us to get more subscribers, more watch time hours. The more that you guys like, the more that you guys hang out in the stream. It really does help to build up our channel and show people what the Empire of Aeternia is all about, what micronations in general can do, what the love of friends and family can mean for the people who need it, for all of us, really. And so, the more that you guys hang out in here and help us to build our community, the more that we can take that message out to the world. And there's so many controversial and negative and harmful things out there on the internet. We might as well try to find some beacons of hope. And even if not, I'll be here scrubbing until we get it better. Okay. Okay. Got a good bit going here. Almost done with this side of the tile, getting squeaky clean. Okay. So, slowly moving forward, getting the rest of this tile cleaned up. Okay. So we're getting it more and more as we go through. As I rip up my paper towel doing it. Should probably get like a little sponge or something, one of the Mr. Clean magic erasers or something. Not a brand plug at all. Let's see. Great to see everybody. DJ said the connection is horrible. I'm so sorry, DJ. I know it is. I know it's rough. We don't have a good internet connection here, so trying to do what we can. Britlandian says, I want to find your woodlands, and said, I forgot your name. That's okay. I am the Emperor AP of Aeternia. DJ said Emperor AP is his name. Absolutely. Britlandian says, Emperor AP, have you got any tips for helping other micronations? Well, that's a good question. I think it's tough because I think it depends on what your goals are. If you're here to just develop a project and have fun, then your focus should be in having fun, in doing what it is that makes you happy. And that's what's most important. If you're trying to develop a recognized state, a country, it is fraught with difficulties. It is something that will be a never-ending pursuit in your life, taking all of your money and all of your time and all of your efforts in order to get the starting point developed. Not even to see independence in your lifetime, but just as a starting point to be passed on to others. And even then, it may not come to fruition. The people who come after you may decide to, disband the resources and utilize them for short-term gain rather than for continuing the efforts of trying to create a country, because you don't know what the world will be like once you leave it. And so that is a hard lesson. That's something that's difficult and unknowable. So I would say if your true goal is to develop a state, another country, then your best efforts would be to find a country that's already being developed and already seeking its independence, and to try and put your efforts toward that, because you can make what was a small likelihood that much larger a likelihood by taking your time, efforts, and talents and putting them toward a larger combined effort. I have always advocated for that. I think people shouldn't be creating new micronations. Rather, I think they should be unifying nations together into larger projects that have more, have increased, resources and ability to seek independence. Because even then, it will take all of those people's lives and time and finances just to have a shot at it. DJ says, oh, also, hello from the Federal Republic of Bulgaria. Great to see you. I'm the Republic's Supreme Leader. Fantastic. Great to see you, DJ. Comrade Stickman joined in and said hello. DJ says, no, that's my YouTube name. My name or self-given name is Frederick L. Hind. Fantastic. Great to see you, Frederick. DJ said, this is the hairstyle I'm used to. Oh, interesting. Very cool. Okay, so not to detract too much from everybody's thoughts, please let me know your thoughts on micronationalism and your development and all of those ideas you want to discuss. I am here for them. I am just currently occupied with cleaning tiles, trying to get this place prepared for, again, what will become micronational history. I mean, right now we are preparing a residence for a citizen who is planning on moving in May. And so we have a lot of work to get done to make sure that it's ready for them and so that we can achieve that historic moment. But for the time being, we are trying to work and work and work to get it ready for them. There we go. I'm getting more of it than I thought. Putting in that elbow grease. Okay. We're making some solid progress here. I know you guys may not be able to see me super well, so I'll actually see if I can't lower the camera anymore. Get you guys a better shot of what I am doing here. I'm down here basically on the floor trying to clean the bottom tiles here. This isn't something that people will see a ton, but I mean, total, when you walk through the bathroom, it is noticeable. And so being able to get rid of as many of these gross spots and blemishes and things like that is just one step in making this place feel more homey, more comfortable for the people that are going to live here. And it also helps us to look around. Pretty good. This checks the box of being even slightly prepared for their arrival. Again, in the case that, you know, we have difficulties or the timeline of when they need to move in speeds up or something is pushed forward. In case of unforeseen circumstances, which always happen, this is an opportunity for us to get ahead a little bit. We're going to take things down like these little doily old person toilet paper holders that have, I'm sure, ancient archaeological toilet paper in them. So we're going to be doing that pretty shortly as well. You guys will get to see that. And then again, just trying to get this bathroom cleaned as much as possible so that we can make as much progress in this place as possible. So getting to that effort, trying to get the rest of these cobwebs out of here as much as possible, trying to just wipe down, finding new stuff, finding new spiders as always, finding weird cleaning chemicals or some kind of chemicals, something called liquid fire. Don't want to mess with that. Sounds gross. Sounds dangerous. So what we are going to do just keep scrubbing right here for a couple more minutes and then transition to the next part of the project shortly. Okay. So, again, once I can kind of finish scrubbing these tiles, we're going to go ahead with work on the walls I'll clean up the front of this. Well, I guess I'll do that first. I'll clean the front of this sink here. I cleaned off the top pretty well. I'm going to clean off the front. Then we'll do the walls, remove the stuff, the extra decorations and things that are left hanging up in the shower. And then we will head out of here and actually start disassembling the furniture in that back room to remove and have extra space. We'll make sure the phone battery's halfway decent, 24%. All right, so I'll have to speed up things a little bit to show you guys additional progress, but we are making headway here. Yep, I am absolutely shredding my paper towel on this. But it is improving. So that's good. Let's see. Now, part of my issue here is that this is rusted. So me wiping it down with water isn't great because that just will lead to more rust. So I'll have to actually come back in and dry it. And in fact, as I scrape along it, I am creating lots of rips and tears in my cleaning equipment and my paper towels here that I'll actually have to go back and pick out of these vents later on. But here and there, that is additional progress. Okay. All right. Now, I would say these walls are relatively clean. Again, good enough for what we came here to do today. So, I'm going to jump from doing the wall to working on the front of this part up. Threw my paper napkin in the wrong thing. Grabbing some water. Let me make sure my mic is still on. Doing good. Making sure you guys are good. Okay, I'm going to scrub this down real quick. Give it a little extra shine. Then take down these curtains. This little thing up here. Take down the toilet paper holder. And then we'll start on the bathtub. That's not to mention the other walls that we haven't cleaned yet, but I'll have to come in again with some more powerful cleaners here and get those in the near future. We just want this place to start to sparkle for our future guests, to show them that we care about their time here and that we really want this to become a long-term home for them. And of course, as things change, as they stay here longer, we'll be renovating further, fixing things up, moving old furniture and equipment and things out, putting new things in, nicer things. But for now, we can take what we have and make it pretty nice. Sorry about that, guys. Don't know when it kicked you out. I just restarted the stream. Rough, so please bear you once I finish with that. But we're getting some good progress in here. Trying to get, again, some... Gosh golly, sorry guys. Okay, one of the things that you guys may not have gotten to hear, that others got to hear, is that tomorrow we are going out to Pate. Myself, Tiffany, Joey, and David. Our government members getting to go out to Vitae and make some progress there. So today, DJ said the loading symbol on the screen goes round, round, round. Hopefully you guys can see me. Hopefully I'm back. If not, let me know. But that's our goal for today, is to try to get this stuff prepared for David for the future. And then tomorrow we are going out to Vitae with some of our government members, with David, with Joey, the Right of Talon, David Morris here, the Vanguard of Vitae, Joey Beck, and of course Tiffany, my partner and our greatest engineer. As of the moment, I'm trying to get the rest of the sink area cleaned up, making sure that the stream doesn't die. Thank you for being here, DJ. DJ said it's my version of Wheels on the Bus. DJ, is Wheels on the Bus still going on for you, or can you see the stream a little bit better now? Again, I'm just trying to make my last ditch effort on cleaning up this counter so that it is as nice as can be for when David comes back, sees some improvement here. Oh, DJ said it's better. Hey, great to hear. So right now, just trying to fix this up, and then we will jump on to the rest of the cleaning. Although I'm sure our time is limited, so I'm going to try to hurry with that. If you guys can excuse me momentarily, just trying to get these big pieces cleaned up as much as possible. Try and improve the situation for those who will be living here. And then we will be marching forward into some larger progress here in the bathroom. You guys probably won't see me taking apart the bed and stuff today in that other room, but I will assure you that we'll do it. And I will show you guys some major improvements next time. So on the next version of this stream, maybe the stream will be a little bit better. Will lag a little bit less. And also, we should get some significant improvement in the way of actually cleaning and developing here. So almost done scrubbing this down. Before, when I was working on this, it wasn't even clean enough that I'd feel comfortable touching this counter. It was super gross. Now, feeling a lot more comfortable. I'm also getting more and more in the mess, so maybe that's part of it. But I think we really are getting some improvement here. It's feeling less and less like a place that's been abandoned for years, and more like a place that somebody's giving a loving touch to. So, yeah, getting that last little bit right there. Trying to scrape and work and put in as much effort as I can on these little pieces. Trying to get all the cobwebs off, all the little things that might be missed otherwise. And say, hey, this is pretty dang good. And so I think I'm going to call it there for that. Let me check the time to make sure. Oh, we got about 16% battery life left. So it's dropping quickly. What I'll do is go ahead and show you guys some larger progress before we have to go. So I'm going to stand you guys up about eye level with me. You can see the sink already a lot better. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is see if I can't take this down right here. Yep, there we go. I can just pop that off. Just like that. I'm going to pull off this old-timey little curtain thing. That'll be replaced in the future. And I'm going to pull that off. That's gross. We're going to throw that away. Stick this back up here. Have it hook in properly. Goodness, if I know how to do that. Maybe a challenge in its own right. There we go, I got it. Now I can flip this piece back up, have it connect, and see if we can't get this part in the same way. Hook in. There we go. Got it back up, doing good. Now I'm going to show you guys the absolutely horrendous. Drop it down a little low. Now, lean you guys back a little bit. show you just all these gross bugs and stuff right here. What we're going to do, I'm going to pull this up just a tad, just enough to clean right there all those bugs and gunk. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this off. I think there's a candle. Yep, sure is. We're going to throw that candle. Going to throw these gross little, oh, these were also candles. This one's stuck. It's like wax covered. Dang, I just exploded it. Yeah, that's gross. Okay, so pulling that off, trying to get these pieces. I mean, it was just one of these little Dixie cups that just exploded right here. I'm going to try to make as little mess with that as possible and see if we can clean it off. The next thing is going to actually be, that's gross. That was like a bug trap. That just exploded. I'm going to see if I can't throw that away. Grab these pieces of wax. There are bugs that are like encased in wax up here. You guys can't see it nearly as well as I can, but I'll see if I can't get you a zoomed up view. There, I mean, like frozen in wax right here. There are bugs crystallized in the wax. That is disgusting. So I'm now going to try and clean that up as best I can. Let me get some water on here. Start to make that a little better. And I'm going to actually grab our trash can here. Use that as something to kind of scoop these bugs into as we clean. So, see what we can do. I'm going to see if I can't start by removing as much of this wax as possible. I mean, I got to get something to scrape it. Good. This may rip the paint, and I really hope it doesn't. I'm going to start by seeing if I can just bust it out with a piece of wood. Ah, dang it. It's hurting my hands. That's how tough this thing is. There we go. It was caked on there. Goodness. Look at that. Horrible. DJ said, get a new vent cover if it's rusted out. That's a good plan. DJ said they exploded. They sure did. Goodness. I'm trying to scrape that off. I did scrape the paint a little bit. Probably not the best effort. But I will stop there so I don't scrape the paint anymore. Just try and sweep some of these carcasses, absolutely disgusting, off of here. Mosquitoes, hornets, everything under the sun just fused right there on this windowsill. I'm just mashing up bug bodies right now. That is gross. Sorry, everybody, for that visual. But trying to get it cleaned up here. And yeah, I will just have to come back out and hit this a little harder with some chemicals when I have more time. But super gross. But for now, this is helping. I mean, it is technically cleaner, I guess. Trying to get a lot of this wax off, a lot of these bug bodies off. Just try and reduce as much grossness as possible. Make it semi-clean in here. Again, make it feel like somebody's attempted something in here. All right, so we have attempted. Again, still very, very gross, but I will show you guys. That's the part that I can't get off, so we will call that good enough for the moment. Now, before the stream actually ends, about at 11%, so getting very close. DJ says, I'm the last person still watching. Dang, thank you for being here. We got a couple people watching, you and one other, but you have really helped to set the tone for this stream, so thank you so much. I'm going to see if I can't clean this shower out while we hang out for the last little bit of the stream, show you that we're making some progress there. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to get this mop. I'm going to dunk it in here. It's a super gross old mop, but that'll help a little bit. We have 3 viewers. You're helping to get people in. Thanks, DJ. You're helping to make the difference here. So I'm moving some of our other pieces here. And again, just to show you before and after, this is what it looks like right now. Not great. You see all that red, all that yellow, just mold, mildew build up. Super gross. I'm about to hit it with this mop, and then we will see the results. Already, I mean, this thing is tearing through it. Again, even just with water, we are making an impact. Fortunately, this is not clean enough for somebody to take a shower in or anywhere close, but it is a start. And that's what we're trying to do for today. Can I move that actually? Yeah, I can. I'll swap over to the other side here. See if we can't tackle this aspect a little bit better. Trying to pull all these gross pieces out, all these bug carcasses and stuff onto the floor so that I can go ahead and sweep that up later. Making some progress. I'm going to actually go. Put some elbow grease up there, but that's not working too great. Have to hit that some other way, some other time. And then trying to get down here on the floor. Get these walls a little cleaner. Make it feel slightly improved in here. Got 4 viewers. Thank you guys. DJ, you have helped lead the charge and getting us a few more viewers right at the end of the stream. Thank you for that. Let's see. Trying to go ahead and scrape at these little pieces here. Okay, that's doing something, which is good. Okay. So now, with the last little bit of my phone's battery, I'll show you guys the progress we've made and what is left to be done. All right. So, let's see. Yep, got 9%. Okay, so you can see it's at least a lot less red and orange. Still some dirty spots, a lot of bug carcasses, a lot of dirt on the floor. That'll need to get picked up and swept up a little later. We're doing a lot better. In fact, I'll go ahead and dump some of that in our water to see if I can't clean it out. Get our mop a little bit better. Wrung out. Our water is now super dirty. But go ahead and wring our mop out just as best as we can without actually touching it too much because it is super gross. This is an old mop. This isn't a mop that I'm trying to, this isn't our mop that we're using. This is just one we found in here. Super gross. So, yep, just sliding water around in here, trying to clean it up a little bit more. and get a good bit of these bug carcasses out. So now, in just a moment, I will show you guys some semblance of progress as I wash all these carcasses down the drain. Once I finish my last little bit of scraping here, and then we will sign out for today. And hopefully when you guys come back and check out the first residence here at Talon and Vine Farm, you will notice a marked improvement from when we began. I mean, even from the beginning of this stream, this bathroom is doing a little bit better, but here and there, I'm going to pour a bunch of gross water down into here. You guys will see that, and then hopefully you'll see it be a little more clean. Okay. Yep, with 7% left to go, I'm going to pour out all our gross, dirty water. Gross, 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 gross. Draining that down. Slowly but surely it's getting down there. Draining, draining, draining. Draining, draining, draining. And we do have less bug carcasses, but we do have less bug carcasses. Having a little bit of liquid in the bottom of the tub, I think, is helping quite a bit with that. I really should go and get some clean water here in a minute and do that again, wash the rest of it down. But I would say for sure this is a marked improvement. Let's see. Okay, so see if I can wring it out as best as possible. Drop it in there. Here's what we're dealing with now. Again, not perfect, not nearly good enough, but a start. Fantastic. DJ said, oh, it's swampy. For sure. DJ says, Lisa's getting semi-clean. That's the point. Again, trying to show that there's some improvement. We'll continue working on it over the next few days, weeks, months, and eventually it will be a nice, livable, comfortable house. But until then, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us in the Empire of Aeternia. If you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. It would mean a lot. I'm putting my blood, sweat, and tears into this. As you can see, I gave myself a little injury. I should probably go ahead and wash my hands, clean up before I get some kind of horrible disease from the ancient horrors that linger in that bathroom. But thank you so much again. Great to see everybody. And as always, Aeternia forever. See you next time.